Alright guys, I am back. We've cut the hole in the trunk, as you can see. Wasn't too bad, but I will say it does take a little bit extra of trial and error. As you can see how this side is a little fatter than it should be. It's more so still the difficult part about it is trying to get the hole wide enough, first of all, and in the right position where the camera bezel sits where you want it to sit once it's installed. I've gotten it pretty close, as I can show you guys. Let me grab the bezel. As you can see, I'm going to put it in. Now, granted, it's still not, perfect or anything like that, but it's definitely close to where OEM cameras sit, which is basically about right here where the end of the tip sits. But I'm a little bit above that, but I'm pretty darn close. Really can't do too much finagling with this anymore, so I'm just going to leave it as is because it's pretty close. Let me show you guys once I put it in. As you can see, it's still a little bit difficult of putting it in there, but it goes in, just snaps in. As you can see, I'm pretty close, guys. That's almost exactly where it is OEM wise. It's a little bit further down. I'll say less, or maybe right at a centimeter lower, but it's dead center. It's where it needs to be. All I need to do now is just put on the 3M adhesive on the back of the bezel and attach it to the trunk, of course, and then hook up the camera itself, see if everything works, everything's fine. But yeah, guys, got it in. It's pretty darn close, as you can see. See how far it is from the bottom tip? That's pretty close to where it actually should be if it was installed from the factory. It's a little bit lower down here, but I mean, really can't get too much closer with that. But just an overview of the process. I would say do the same thing as far as grabbing a piece of cardboard, drawing out the bezel to see where you would like it, and then cutting out the inner portion to see where you want to kind of draw off your line so you can start your cutting. I guess in my case, what I would do differently probably would be more so checking the intersection once I cut that out to make sure that the bezel is going to sit where I want it to sit once it's all cut out and everything's done. But it worked out pretty good, guys. And with your cutting, I would suggest cutting out a square. Let me take this off. Get this out. What I did was I actually cut out the square first. I didn't try to do this as I was doing this. I just simply cut out a square. And then I just used the Dremel then to cut here, kind of diagonal here to kind of loosen the metal here so I can open this a little bit so I can actually get the Dremel bit to just kind of smooth it out and round it out and keep rounding it out until I got it to sit where I wanted it to sit. But it worked out pretty good doing it that way. It was easier. Now I'm gonna, of course, I'll paint this up and get some touch-up paint and paint it up and get everything wrapped up and installed. But yeah, guys, not too bad at all of a process. And of course, as you guys may know from other videos, your camera's not going to work unless you go to a dealer or get a taser. I chose the taser route because now I'm Diablo tuned. Didn't really want to go to the dealer and risk them locking my computer up, even though I can return it back to stock. I just had a fear that they may lock something up, not knowing how not to lock it up. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you guys, just don't want to even give them a chance to lock my PCM up. But yeah, guys, that's really the process. Just take your time. You can get it done. Not too bad at all. And again, man, your boy Brandon signing out. Keep modding.